hello, my beautiful viewers, my beautiful people. Welcome to Movie Manual. It's yet another Saturday. I am excited. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm like up there. I'm very happy. I'm excited. I have the man that is being talked about everywhere. Even the people that don't even have an idea about film, they're talking about him. He's here on Rest TV and on Movie Manual, and he is here to tell us exactly how he does what he does. It's Ali Loukman. Loukman, thanks for collaborating. Ali is a Ugandan filmmaker, screenwriter, cinematographer, director, producer, and a graphics designer. Ali is a dynamic filmmaker who has acquainted himself with a lot of filmmaking knowledge. Like I said, he can edit, he can create 3D graphics. I have no idea what that means. Right, above all, he's an amazing cinematographer. Banange Ali, how are you? It's good to see you. Good to have you on the show. Thank you so much for coming, Kubanga. I know how busy you are at a time like this. Nze nkumanyi bwenti enangezezaako n'okugamba abantu ebyo ebitini, but who are you and who is Ali and how long has he been in the industry?
I think what you've described it better than I can describe myself. I'm a filmmaker.
Yes.
And an artist. Yeah.
What do you do? What have you done?
I've done a couple of short films, TV commercials, and my feature film is going to be on Netflix very soon.
Okay.
Yeah. So I guess that's kind of the highlight.
Okay, can you kindly just outline the titles of the movies you've done? Okay, the ones that...
Okay, I've not...
okay, let me tell you what I know.
It's not like I've done many.
I know, let me tell you what I know. I know you've done, of course, the Girl in the Yellow Jumper, The Bad Mexican, 16 Rounds, and The Blind Date. Those are the ones that I know.
Yeah, my first one was called Monday. That's the only one that you left out.
Monday.
Yeah.
Monday as in Monday, the person, or Monday that day?
That day, I guess. I guess one comes from the other, so
yeah,
they're pretty much the same. Yeah.
So I also found out that from my findings, I learned that you actually do, you have acted in one of your movies. So you act,
no, I'm not an actor. It's just that I guess on the day maybe the person who was supposed to come didn't show up.
And then you just decided to fill in.
Yeah, but not in a main role. More like, let's say two people are talking, and then the camera is over the shoulder. I could stand in front here.
Oh, okay. Or just cross.
And yeah, stuff like that.
Okay.
Not like performance. I'm not talented in that.
So Ali has directed his 3 movies. He has produced his 3 movies. He has written. I can go on and on kubanga ebintu byokola as in buli muntu yenna abasobola okwebuuza why does he have to do all these things himself? Lwaki okikola bwotyo?
Most times it's out of necessity. You start off but you want to just do one thing. Naye akola ekirala n'akulumya omutwe, then you decide to learn it.
You go in and learn that so that next time bw'abanga atandisa okuzannya obuzannyo we, you just go in and do yourself, it. Yes. So how long have you been in the industry?
I'm not sure, but I think maybe 7 years. Or I've been doing commercials mostly. Movies I've only started recently, but I've been doing commercials for a long time actually, probably longer than that even.
Yeah, because I don't know, did you go to the university? Did you go to a film school? How did you get in the industry? Other than you already being there, but what inspired you to get into the industry?
Well, I think I started wanting to be in the industry when I was in like Form 4. Photoshop and stuff like that. So by the time I was done with Form 6, I pretty much had a clear vision of where I wanted to go. And at the time, I didn't really have anywhere in Uganda where I could learn what I want to learn. So I tried MOOC, I tried Chambogo, and dropped out in like less than a month, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. So most of these things I've learned on YouTube.
Self-taught?
Well, not self-taught. YouTube, there's someone teaching you. Yeah.
Yeah, but the fact that you know what you want and you go looking for it. Yeah. Because it's not like when you go to school and they're like there's like the structure, there's what you're going to study when and what. So this is when it's you decide, and then you're like, now Ali, this is what you're going to do.
Yeah, I think I actually find that more interesting because In school, I didn't like maths, I didn't like physics, I didn't like biology that much. But when I started doing animation, I needed to know all these things because they're important for the work. But it's funny when you're teaching yourself or when you look for the things that you're interested in, it's easier to learn. It's more fun. You know what you want to learn and you go for that.
For it, yeah.
But these things of people telling you what you want, what you should be learning, it gets a bit boring and you end up not learning.
So are you trying to tell us that this whole parental thing of parents telling us, I want you to be a lawyer, I want you to be a doctor, doesn't work for you?
I don't think it works for anyone.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you see, when we were growing up, they used to tell us that mwana wa neighbor, mwana wa gundi, wa haji, oba wa reverend, oba wa anyone, ye yasomye obusawo. Kati nawe, whether you like it, whether you're good at it, whether you can actually study it and be successful at it, bonga bakugamba kyetwagala ekyo. So kati gwenga gwe who just decided, I don't know if your parents were in support of what you have become now, oba wasala obusazi n'ogamba nze this is what I want, oba mumwagala ki?
I think for me, my parents didn't really wacheka engeri bacheka baloza sina kyengenda sobola kukola. So whatever I wanted to do, they were supportive of it. They weren't pushing me into anything specific.
For them, they wanted to see you do something.
Do something you're happy with.
So you've written, of course you've written that, like I mentioned earlier, you've written all these movies that we've mentioned, and what inspires you to write these stories, and what do you look at before you actually even think of writing? Like all other writers, but I don't know what inspires you.
Most times, like I know all the movies I'm going to make, like I kind of noted down everything I'm going to do. So nothing, I'm not just making up things now.
What do you mean you kind of noted?
Like from all these years I wanted to be a filmmaker. Like
so you want to tell me that all these movies we see you do, or the ones you plan to do, you have somewhere, you have noted it?
Yeah.
Oh.
So I've written like pretty much maybe like 10 films. Okay, not all finished, but kind of ideas, like 10 ideas. An idea about this, an idea about that. And I've had them for a long time. So now I'm kind of just pulling out something and trying to make it better and execute. So
yeah, because they say you writers, you can just be seated there and then you start thinking and then you start writing. So it's not...
I'm not a proper writer, so I can't speak for writers, but for me personally, that's how I do it. And I tend to pull from, from social media stories I see, what people are saying, stuff like that. Just kind of add that to a story, because there's no story that hasn't been told yet.
Yeah.
So you just have to kind of give it a different vibe, your own vibe, but pretty much everything has been told before.
Yeah,
so there's nothing unique.
Because it's amazing. Now, if you talk about everything else having been told already, what do you think? Do you think our industry is growing, or is it stagnant? Is it at a level where it's not actually growing? Or
I think it was growing, but then COVID kind of, it affected even Hollywood. So currently we are kind of there, but I think we are growing. I think we're on the right trajectory.
You think so?
Yeah.
Other than, had it not been for COVID, do you think we would probably have gotten a level to where we can compete with?
I don't know. I think COVID kind of came with its disadvantages and advantages. The advantages are that it kind of introduced people to a new way of looking at things and a new way of doing things. And before we weren't as mobile as we are now. So now. Things are easier to access now than before COVID, you know. The streamers are kind of aggressively looking for content than they were before, I think, because I think it's a bit easier for us independent people to make movies than the big organizations. I think that's my opinion, because of the restrictions. For us, since we are very small, sometimes we can work remotely.
You can work from anywhere.
Yeah.
You're not so much limited.
We're not limited by our size. So I think there's some advantages, but there are more disadvantages than advantages. So it's really hard to tell. Our industry is kind of held back by ourselves.
That I can attest.
I think with or without COVID, it's the problem has always been us. So if we can solve that problem, I think we'll be fine.
Yeah, because I'm not even going to ask you what do you think can be done, what, because that's what I always ask, especially filmmakers who come here. Now, I'll still pose this question. You are at a level whereby your movie, which we're going to talk about a little bit later, The Girl in a Yellow Jumper, is going to be showing on Netflix.
Yeah.
Now that you're on that level, what do you think you can do for other filmmakers out there, or in here, I mean in Uganda out there, so that they can have this work or their work, if it's good enough, to be out there? What is so different about your movie that one who's watching can actually say, hey, Loukman yeah, this is how he does what he does. Of course, you cannot give them your...
Actually, there's no secrets at all. Like, everything I know, I've also learned on public domains like YouTube. So I can't hold on to it. It's not I didn't invent these things.
Okay.
So
for someone who's out there and they think they are writers, they are producers, there are some who are there that have been in the game longer than you have. Nayenga tamanyi how go abotolotya.
It's okay. It's not like I've reached. I'm also trying.
No, you haven't, but at least go to.
But what I'm saying, what I think the problem is, Uganda, we just look at how, like the kind of celebrities we have and the kind of people we tend to celebrate. Twagala nnyo like ebintu ebitayidde bulungi oba ebintu ebiri awo. Abakola ebirungi tubazaalawo, abakola ebibi ne tubawaana nnyo nnyo nnyo. So abantu bakola neyo mentality where people don't try that hard. So if someone tries, you have musicians who try so much and they do a good song and it gets zero attention. And now you have people who are terrible, they don't try, they come out and they get all the attention in the world. So what do you think is going to happen? People that can't sing are more likely to come and try to enter the industry than people who can, because people who can't see that there's really nothing for them. So the same thing applies to our industry.
Yeah.
We celebrate. There are people that have the potential to do better things, but there's no reason to do better. So I think people we need to push ourselves beyond what is expected of us. Olabanga omuntu bwalaba firimu ye Uganda n'agamba nti ebina Uganda we bityo. Oba olina agamba nti ntosaba bakina Uganda kubanga it's too good. Like, so we need to change that. If we get to a point where omuntu teweegeejingira nnyo nti nze ndi muna Uganda, therefore I have to do ebitali ekiri awo, neweegeejingira n'abalala kuba nabo bantu nga ffe, nabo bazaalibwa, nabo balina obuwongo nga ffe. The only difference is maybe kala na wawe bali naye ekyo tekiyinza kulemesa ate kugezaako kulowooleza ku level yemu nabo oba n'oga nti nga wenda bya Avengers nga bakoze bwe bati kankigezeeko nange. Newe kiba kiganye na at least you're aiming slightly higher than okubanga gwe ogamba by'abazungu ffe bana Uganda tulina kukola bya ssabo byokka kubanga byetusobola okitegeera. So
do you think that has affected us as an industry for not having to be able to compete with, let's say, Nigeria, South Africa, Kenya, even Rwanda here?
I think it's not really a film industry issue. It's a country issue. It's all of us in every single sector. Ogenda olabanga omulimi tasobola kumodernizinga kyakola gezaako kufuna the same thing. Abantu Japan omuntu ayinza obanga alimira ku AKM naye nga so producing ebintu wano omuntu ali ku acre 5 byatasobola kukola. So olaba nti bonna abantu they're all human beings. Oli alina less to work with naye just ali innovative. Ona alina kinene nnyo ekyokukola nakyo naye just ayagala gezaako like ebintu alowooza nga jjajjawe we yabikola naye bw'alina obikola like kubanga tulina nnyo like tradition ebintu birina bawo ebiti
ngabo byali bwe biri b'emirembe n'emirembe.
Bw'ogezaako okukola bw'oti nga batandika okugamba nti ono omanyi yeefuula nnyo omuzungu, ono omanyi akola bw'ati, like ever bafindinga something.
They have to look for something.
Exactly. So I think us as a people in Uganda tulina okugezaako okola nti omuntu bw'akola ekintu ekirungi ne bamucelebratinga, omuyimbi ng'oyo avidde n'akayimba akalungi ne mumucelebratinga, omuyimbi omuntu azze buze okusaagiramu obusaagizi, of course ne mumuwa kye yeetaaga naye ne mutamusussa nnyo ate kwoli agezaako kuba abagezaako mubamubalamu amaanyi.
Kati olina kyoyogedde
kitta industries zonna.
Olina kyoyogedde nti nno people who can't sing, the people that can sing naye nga tebalina busobozi. Nga yandyagadde naye oba talina na sente zikola video talina naye nga ate alina talent. Naye ne wabeerayo oli omulala nga ye tasoba byakugattirira naye nga he can actually make a beautiful video and kati ono yono nafiira eno bambi
kati anti ono asobola okuyimba naye nga alemereddwa talina vaayo like that's how it's meant to be kubanga if you have the talent nga omuntu atalina talent nga mwena muli mu nsi yeemu kinaasobola okukola ekintu gwe ne kikulema the problem is you personally.
Really?
Yeah, it's you. Kati most times when most people kubanga nze sigenda nnyo nga nenyumyako nnyo most people think I come from a rich family, people like someone gave me things, but it's not the case. I had to work for some years to save up to buy my own camera. When I had that camera, I couldn't shoot anyone because no actor trusted me. So I had to shoot like a snail, like things. They're even online. I'm not making it up. When you go online on like my Vimeo, you can see those videos I used to do. Like I'm shooting a snail, I'm shooting small bugs.
Because no one believed in you.
Because and I'm not saying it that nali mpulira bubi. Kubanga I don't expect anyone to believe in anyone atayina kyalagawo. Okitegeera. Kati bwenzijja ne ngamba muneeno nkuula amannyo. Oyinza okunzikiza okugenda mu kamwa ako kukuula amannyo. Sisobola. Okiraba. So abantu nga respecting ebintu nga dentist biki. Even movie making is also a job, like a proper job that requires work experience na buli kimu. So bw'oba nga tolina experience, like what tolina experience ekuula amannyo nga tebasobola kukkiriza mu ddwaliro. You can find something ekirala ekirina amannyo oba nolaba embwa eyafudde n'oyigira ku eyo. Like not exactly that, but there has to be a way wosobola okwefuula valuable in whatever you're doing. Like bwekuba kuyimba, I take it right now there's even no excuse. Kubanga esimu yo like ebintu bye tulina bingi ebisobola okukola ekintu ekyo. So tewaliwo nnyo excuse. Omuntu omulala waba asobola okukikola. Oba osobola. Nze when natandikira shooting era nange natandikira from the bottom, and I was just shooting and putting things online, and it just started getting interest. Just like there's no other way. Most people bajja buzina bagamba, give me a chance, I can do this. But basing on what? Like lwaki inze akoze bino byonna okusobola otuuka kubanga asobola okukola ekintu bwe kiti. Lwaki gobera exception? Lwaki gwe oyagala bwagazi?
Biwedde bwe biti.
Nze nzije ngambe nkanku discovering. Like you have to do something about your own self. Like nze what I believe in, woba oli musambi wa mupiira ne bwogenda bugenzi kasaawa awo nomanya nti wano waliwo ba scout abalaba abaana. Okusinga ogenda ne weegayirira we scout nti bambi nange ntwalaako ebweru. What you have to do is practicing better than anyone ababeera awo. Bw'ojja ku kisaawo okupracticing n'osangawo abantu manya ozereeti bw'olina ossookawo. Bw'ovaawo nga bakyaliwo then ogenze mangu bw'olina ossembayo. If you're doing more than they're doing, you will definitely be better. Like tekiriiko question bw'odduka okusinga abalala oluzinga weight fast okusinga bw'osinza okudduka. Like teri ku cheatinga. If you practice something, you become better. So bw'ojja ku kisaawo ekyo n'osamba omupiira nga bascout we bali n'osamba bulungi nnyo singa omuntu omulala yenna ne we liba ddogo teriyinza kustopinga. Kubanga like if you're that good, you can't be ignored. So it's the same thing with everything. Even with movies, when I was doing my videos, I figured, okay, there's a way I'm seeing people doing their thing, but then there's a way I'm seeing those guys, let's say in India or whatever, the way they're doing it. Let me try and do that because no one else is doing it here. That will be my thing. It will, and I practice that. I spend nights up. I try learning how to do it. I make mistakes. And the moment I start doing that, even Nevano Bagai Benandi, in the beginning I wanted to go to Matt Bish. Nanchali musomero like Form 4. I used to see Nalimbera Muyengao. So I bumped on the Bakapande, Matt Bish films. One day I'll go and. But then afterwards, when I discovered my own thing, I didn't feel like I had to go and ask for Matt Bish for a chance. I just started doing my own thing. And later on in life, he himself approached me. So I feel like once Ninga tesenga nagendo teyandimpadde chance. Why would he give me that chance? Simunenya kubanga mba sina kyendagawo. So that's the problem kye tulina nti abantu abasinga babeera mu government etuyambe biki ekitegeera okusinga okugezaako. Like osobola okugezaako ekintu n'otuuka ku point nga ne government esobola ku ignoring nga like balaba nti you have value.
You add value.
Yeah.
Not only to your
I have not been approached by the government. Maybe one day they will.
They will.
Maybe I'll get to a point where I'm valuable enough for them to see that there's value in what I'm doing. But until I get to that point, siso agenda kweswaza kutandika kufukamirira ba minister kola bichi. Like it's just not ready. Bwe kiri bera ready, the door will open for me. Sijja kwetaaga kukola ki.
Guys, I cannot say it better than Ali has said it, because atugambye nti nno gwe beera mu kifo ky'oteekeddwa okubeeramu. If you're going to be an actor, if you're going to be a producer, you're going to be a writer, kola ebyensonga, sukka waawo abantu abalala bakola. Tolowooza nti nno bw'oboze mu rehearsal oba you're doing monologues online nga batugamba nti kati tulina okuyigira ku online. Do an extra. Ka extra factor ako kebagamba the X factor ako, so that someone can just come looking for you. Si gwe kugenda ngoba nonya ngoba lemerako awade examples muzuulidde. Watch Movie Money kubanga ffe tubaleetera. Anyway, back to the point whereby I was going to ask you, in your opinion as a director, what is the most important quality of a good director?
I think a good director needs to know everything.
What do you mean exactly?
Like, manya buli kimu. You have to know a bit of acting, you have to know a bit of storytelling, you need to know how to edit, you need to know how to shoot. You need to know all these things. Kubanga, you're the one who puts all these things together. Yinsobanga sigwa agenda obikola personally. But bwobanga gwe toyina vision ya how those things are going to be. Like for example, the scholar music. But I need to know a lot about how music comes together.
Yes.
So wengende wa omusajja ankolera music. Kuba ye musician, si filmmaker. So wengende wa musician akola music. Nino kubanga so mu explaining ira. Mu ngeri yengo wa music jana ategeeramu. Ne mu explain ne mga kati wano njagala verse bweziti. Wano njagala music nga building bwati. Because I have an idea on how music production works. Okitegeera. Naye mba siyina. Ngende wali mbagwe kola kyosanze. Kati yogeno laba ankoledde olusi kye sandi yagadde olusi ye kyalabanga kirungi naye nga tekifittinga na kiki endi mukola, which is the same thing with never actors. Osoba ne actor nga mulungi nnyo naye nga takola for this specific thing kyoli mukola. So just knowing these things bikuyambako nga director.
Naye ate era oyogedde ku eyo ensonga waliwo yabadde ambuuza bwe nadde mugamba ngenda kukyaza Ali nangamba lwaki movies ze zibeeramu era Wawiyo ne Natasha.
Kati ekyo ekintu bakimbuuziza ebbanga ddene ndowooza answer nyinanga mmeka. So mpanyo example eno nti bw'oba n'omuntu nga akola omulimu bulungi ng'agukola bulungi, kati nsookuwa example ya Wawiyo most times we tuba tushootinga nze ndi a bit of a perfectionist, so tuba tukola tuyinza okuddamu emirundi n'emirundi ngamba tuddemu ekyo tekivuddeyo bulungi, tuddamu even for nga layini zonna ntuufu nga abyogedde bulungi, emotion ntuufu naye nga kyenoonya nange sikimanyi kati naye ngamba tuddemu maybe kiyinza oba better. Naye Wawiyo ye muntu atuuka nti nsobola otuuka ku take ne ngamba that's nice nanga naye omanyi sigifiirinzeemu bulungi, maybe I can do something better one. Okitegeera. Naye nga tukoze abantu bonna balabakooye, like tuli usawa 9 gwa kiro agamba naye omanyi bakano tukaddemu bwe kati, okitegeera. Ne mpulira n'obusungu nenga musajja nzizisaamu ebintu. But that's what I'm looking for. I need someone ananga ampushing to do better, okitegeera. Naye kati wemba nyina kati gwengo ino omuntu nga tugambe musawo yakuba empiso nga azikuba bulungi tolemarangako tolina buzibu bonna. Lwaki oba onoonya mu basawo abalala nga tolina bakulaba asinga ono gwokozesa bulijjo ki ekiba kikutwala ogenda
okulemala? Kati tobeereko n'abantu banjawulo
njabeera nabo
ate onomanya otya nti n'omuntu omulala asobola okubeera as Michael or even
better. Kisoboka actually basobola ku ssaawa zino wali abantu nga 10 abasinga Michael naye balina okukola ekintu kye nakugambye in the beginning. Michael kye yakola kubanga Michael samusanga okukubona nga oyinza obanga n'omanyi ozannya firimu. Michael namulaba ku projects nga 3 nakolako naye ku Beneath the Lies nimulanga ne mu projects endala waliwo ne project where losing weight ngazannya cancer. Like that's the level of dedication. So walaba omuntu bwatyo I didn't just pick him out of the blue. Namulaba nga is actually going to add value to me. Okitegeera nga nyongerako value kubanga inze the fact that I do everything myself mba nkooye nnyo nnyo kumina ebintu ntaddemu sente zange nkoze biki bwe nzija okushootinga omuntu natandika okwerabira line like actor okwerabira line ekyo nze sikirowooza nakukirowoozaako actor mba musuubira lunsi emotion butavaayo ne line ekyo kiringanga omusomi w'ebirango banga tabijjukira oyinza ogamba nti oba engeri eddoboozi lyo liganyeemu naye kiri kyekisookerwako
tokkiriza nti nno omuntu line agyerabidde
kubanga kati ng'omuvuzi wa taxi oyinza ogamba nti asobola okwerabira ekintu ekya naye ovuga ekyo kyekisooka nga tonaba ate kufuuka nga otransport olina osooka gwe okwevuganga ggwe otandika kavuga abantu balala akitegeera so kati actor ntera nnyo ogenda oline nga muweerezeyo monologue awo ne bakuweereza ebintu n'obitunulira n'ogamba kati for real bwe mbikwata sometimes abantu bayinza okomplain naye oba nkwate monologue zaabwe nziteeke ku internet neya junior ngiteekeko mbuuze abantu abalaba tukole vote nga just ya popularity mwemba mulaba nga temuli biased aliwa kumwe gumulaba ali mu appeal kitegeera naye people expect favors like okuba wa buwi okitegeera ate nga problem eriwo nti it affects you okitegeera ng'otutte emmotoka ye ewa makanika tolonda bulunzi alabika bulungi oba akusekeredde olonda anasobola okukola kubanga that's your money on the line ne kati bano abantu bo baba balowooza nti bikolanga byakuzannya tuzannyemu firimu tuzannyemu ne I put my money
and I'm thinking right now you must have so many people that have approached you.
I have the thing is always the same like do a monologue or do this and I see okitegeera sometimes it might not work for this but nenda abaninga amanya maybe this person can work for this part kwanga I have like a guy who's like 70 that I'm going to use in a film. I know he's not really good at talking, monologuing and remembering lines, but I saw him and I was like, this guy might work for this. So now I'm writing specifically for him, knowing that he will not remember many things. So I'm cutting down on the things.
So I
Nenga applying for something else. Yes. Okay, this person will probably work on something. Kwanga, remember, I've written down everything I'm going to do.
So you're that organized?
Well, not that organized, but I kind of know like where I'm going. Like I know what I'm trying to achieve. Chovola like sibukira nnyo bintu nti oba waliyo kana akavuze kati naye kambukira ka. Kwanga I know where I'm trying to go. Manyi nti eno project inakundeka wano inakundeka wano so neba tekoze yadde neba teina kyendetedde perhaps kyekyo kye nali intending like for it to do something else other than let's say money or views or whatever.
Okay, so we are going to go for a break, but before we do that, I wanted to tell me, how do you manage unprofessionalism on set?
I've had it like maybe twice. So let's say someone is very unprofessional. Enchanga tufuna mulala.
What do you mean?
Enchanga tufuna mulala. Nzenzizemu ebintu because of an actor doing something that is unprofessional.
Oh, okay. So katoka labino walo aba actor bayina muzo okugamba nti nno kati nze nkimaze nkigadde Loukman ayita muntu mulala gwagenda teeka wano.
Kisoboka. Kisoboka.
If someone
well evident is enkola 3D. Nsobola ku replacing omuntu nentekako omutego omuntu omulala. I've done it in a movie. So achogera kubanga sagala muntu atandike kumpalana. Naye nga that the specific person naye akimanyi bulungi nti bwalaba okugulu akimanyi okugulu kwe naye nga omutwe oguliko sigugwe.
That's amazing.
Yeah, kubanga like what can I do? The reason I'm doing things myself, the reason I'm editing, the reason because I don't want to be held hostage. Sagala tandika shooting ekintu omuntu angambe akatigenda kujja. Tandika okwegayirira bambi kale okitegeera. So if we're doing this thing tukimanyi bulungi industry nga bweri sinti oberi mu sente nyingi so oteeko bokikola for passion mostly like me so it was agreeing and tujje tukole ekintu kati then why would you start at putting me on
playing games
and take if you don't do this kitegeera I just get someone else and
then you change their head and put their head.
Yeah. I switch the head, rewrite the story and get someone else to do it. Like that's how it is, you know. Sigenda.
So tewerumya mutwe.
There's no reason. That's the reason why buli kimu ngezaako kyekolera. Bwe manga nzize kushuto wa matala n'atajja ngange ekwatiramu. Kitegeera. Kubanga you get stressed more okwegayirira omuntu lani gwechekolera.
Ate ngogana namuwa sente.
Okitegeera. So kati bwemanga nze kusettinga sometimes the times I use like someone else to shoot for me. What else I can shoot. No problem.
So that's where the point Joyo get no, you try to teach yourself, acquaint yourself with this knowledge.
Precisely.
Guys, only the alichagambye ntino acquaint yourself with the filmmaking knowledge whereby nti wobera ngoli mu mbeera bino by'abantu beba actinga up bano abasajja ba camera batanya okufuna gigs ayinza kubanga kyali ku gig yo enchane bamukubira ne bamugamba waliwo kino nagamba I can do it for just one day nja kuddewa ali 2 days later ye ali atajenda kulinda nga akyekolera.
I put it, let me see.
Oh, it's in there. Oh, it's okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
Leave it. I'll do it myself.
Okay.
Do they work?
Yep. I haven't wanted a cigarette in about 15 hours or so.
Oh, good. Ow. Are you okay? Should I get you something from the kitchen?
No, I'm good. I should probably kill the whole goat for me.
Yeah, and she'll say that I starved you.
Well, I'll tell her you said hi. Take care.
You too.
Louis. Yep, I'm good.
Oh, you missed my call.
No, so I couldn't talk earlier.
What is happening?
You know, the wife.
What's wrong with her?
Posey said if I get evidence that she's cheating, she gets nothing.
That's what the lawyer said. But if you ask me, option A is still the best.
I don't want her dead, Louis. She's pregnant. No, I'm sure it's not mine. I'm on it. Way ahead of you.
So I read somewhere that when elephants sense the drought coming, they eat abortion-inducing carbs so as to lose their babies, or whatever elephant babies are called.
Calves. They're called calves.
Whatever.
Speaking of elephants, we need to address the big one in the room. I think he knows.
I think you give that guy way too much credit. He's not that smart. Which is why I'm not going to raise my child with that bum. And also, I don't care if he knows.
I do. It's me who has to sit next to that motherfucker every
Please
day.
not talk about him. Okay?
Are you aware of the nickname the boys at work have given him?
How does this help me?
They call him Short Fuse, as in he quickly goes off.
Can we stop talking about this? Okay? Now come here.
Okay.
Nze nnina omwagalwa bambi gwe njagala buli kye nkola bambi nakitabula mu birooto oyo nambeemu nze nkole ntya bambi munnange fudde omwoyo waliwo abakiŋŋamba nti wali wasegeeterera kyokka tekintiisa manyi nti oli mugumu bakusonseko obulabu mbondeke nze munno boogera obubi ku nze mbwonkyawo nga nze bw'obafuuyira ndiga mulenge byonna byoya byansonyo nga ndiwo naye ebyemikwano bya ttabbu lwakuba katonda tabikula mitima wanditegedde bambi bonnuma amale gakuma naye nkukutira wulira bambi kyeŋŋamba bagambe nti gundi yaŋŋanza ekyokubiri nti ekkanisa tekkiriza ekyokusatu nti byonna mbituukiriza bakoomoyo
If you're watching this, you've been in jail for 5 years now. 5 years of your life sentence or whatever time you get for killing your lover in cold blood.
If I had all the power and the money,
bakuwadde
I think
obanga ministry
I'd be at some beach relaxing.
Hapana. Ngamba nga olina byolina okukyusa ku industry yaffe bisatu.
I think I would open all the monuments in Uganda. Like
Okay.
every nice place in Uganda, I would make it free to shoot.
Okay.
Like Action Falls, anything, buli kintu kyonna kyonna omuntu kyayinza okwegombola be Uganda. I open it up for buli muntu yenna akola firimu, akola ki. Of course, you know, we're careful with terrorists and bichi. People might take advantage of that.
Yes.
But with the money, of course, you can put in systems. Kubanga abantu mu US basogenda mu White House ne bagitambuliramu. Bakitegeera. So it means it's possible. It's possible to call something like that. But when we're making movies, tukole film eziraga abantu Uganda, like the good sides of Uganda. See just mu mayumba gaffe gye tusobola yokka. If they open up
Those places.
Hey, like all these nice places in the city, Sawaya Queen, if you have the money, now there's a way you can actually shoot from there. Obango soro okukyusa mu traffic wano bichi. Obango yagala shooting ira, let's say mukatale ko wino nga it's like it's accessible. Yagala shooting ira mwezo tourism destinations eziri zetuyina wano CP Falls bichi yagala kolerawo film. Ng'osogamba abantu nti akale ku Saturday ngenda shooting ira ku CP Falls.
Ngate wali agenda
managing kiri understandable. Nga bwinza okugamba nti ono Munnayuganda kati nga Munnayuganda ayagala shootingira abantu tumusaba ssente za shooting zokka. Si kumusaba ssente z'okujja okulinnya ku ttaka eryatondebwa nga weebiri. Okitegeera nga nange ndi Munnayuganda. N'ama nti ngeze mu paaka nonga so akubiramu bifaananyi nga kibangirizi kiri awo. Neno kiteekako gate nonga nti I can't shoot him.
Okay. So the second thing would be what?
I think what I would do is put up a grant. Tekawo nga ssente bano ogana ntaddeyo emitwalo nga 5 $5. Omuntu aba alina idea ennungi, alina experience, alina biki ng'asooka applyinga, n'omuwa ssente ezo n'akola project. Ne w'okolayo ng'emu buli mwaka. Nti guno omwaka ono yakoze, guno omwaka oli yakoze.
That would change a lot.
It would change a lot. You would see a lot of people, you would see a lot of ideas waito subira Uganda. N'abantu abandi bayite babiyingiramu. Batandika obiyingiramu ne ate neyo system bw'ogikola n'ogikola nga ya mazima nga si ya mwana wa gundi nga omuntu asobola etwejjamu eyo mentality ya clan.
The other third thing would be you had all the power and the authority.
I think those are the main two things. Kubanga ebisigadde biba bifuusa ate charity nnyo. Biba bifuusa bya handout.
Kati oyinza okugamba nti nno ngenda teekawo structures if before you actually get to shooting you have to go to this place through these channels and so that at the end of the day we have.
Until that falls under that system gye nkugambye okutukkiriza okukolera awantu. Maybe the other one is build a school. Perhaps that can help. Netulekera okuyigira ku YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what advice would you give an up and coming filmmaker? Aliyeyo manyi nti obyogeddeko ebitonotono n'ogamba nti no weekolemu omulimu nga gwe, but what was that advice? Maybe someone has actually tried. Maybe is actually watching and is like, ekigambo, there's one word they would want to hear from you. What would that be?
Auntie, I have to go back to that thing of try. Kubanga kati nze nakatandika okukola exercise kati noza myezi nga 2 naye It's very difficult. Most times I want to give up. Most times. But I know, from judging from my other things I've been doing, I know that it's consistency that pays. So yadde oyinza okukola omwezi munaba notalawo difference yadde. But in my mind I know that there's something happening. Nyinza oba sinakiraba kati. But it happens. If I stop and I give up, then I'm 100% sure nothing will happen. If I stay doing, there's a chance. Okitegeera. Kiringanga omuntu ayinza okugamba nti bw'oba tosomye chances zo zero. Bw'osoma still sobola oba zero chances zo naye omukisa we gulijja ojaba ready. Okitegeera.
Kubanga olina knowledge.
Kubanga knowledge ogina. So sometimes nze kyenyinza okugamba omuntu nti genda okole ebiteetaaga sasulira ng'okusoma online biki. Equip yourself with the knowledge. Fine, bintu biyinza okugaana, bigaana buli omu bigaana. But for that one day when the opportunity comes, obenga you have oberengo ina you know
cholaga okubanga you know, like you said, it's so funny, but you can't know mukama nga guddewo nga this is your time. Naye kibi nnyo mukama gwagulawo nga ate gobadde toli ready.
Notandika okwogera nti kale senga lulina
naberezamu nenkola kino. Okay, so obudde tebutuli bulungi really, but I wanted to ask you, what projects are you working on right now? If you feel comfortable enough to talk about
right now, I'm doing a project called Damba.
What is Damba?
Damba, if you've watched 16 rounds on YouTube, so Damba is a longer version. So going deeper into...
It's a series?
No, it's a movie.
Okay.
It's a long feature film. It's going to be like maybe 1.5 hours or 2. Yeah.
So anything else you're working on right now?
The other things are like really still under development, so they're not yet ready. I don't even have names for them yet.
Okay, so just in case someone is there and they want to be part of, look out.
Well, it depends. They just have to be better than everyone else. That's how it works. That's how it goes.
Kituufu ekyo.
Oyagala asinga. So
naye gwe tosobola kuntwala nze nontereeza nonfuliza. Okay.
Nga nfaaki nga wali abalala abali better. Okitegeera nze kisoundinga nga ayogera obubi naye lowoozaayo omulimu ogukyasinza omuntu gw'oyinza olaba ng'ogwa wansi. Okimanyi omuntu okufuuka waitress, omuntu oyinza okiranga ekya wansi naye omuntu alina okuwandiika abo bonna abaana boolaba abakola egyo emirimu. Abasinga balina degrees, diplomas, and they still have to write CVs and they still have to do all these things to apply. And still banja batabifuna, batagufuna okitegeera. So people need to understand and take things serious. Ne bamanya nti okubeera nga yegwe awangudde BET oba ezo awards zonna, you have to be exceptional. Olina obanga osinga abantu abalala bonna. That's how it is. It's unfortunate. We all wish twandiyagadde oba President Museveni. Naye tetusobola kubanga you have to be exceptional okubeera mu position gy'alimu. Tokera bukezi ku machano ga andiyagadde oba president. Ne bagamba kati yingira. Balina okukuba tear gas. Olina oyita mu bintu omuntu owabulijjo byasobola kuyitamu okusobola okutuuka kweyo level. And it applies to every single industry. Buli kimu. N'ekintu ekyangu ng'obwamalayo era olaba olina kuba nga ola bad black. Olina obanga toyagala mmanya. Kitegeera. N'osingako oba n'obutayagala mmanya, then
n'oteeka ku level endala.
So anyone that wants to join, they actually have to be exceptional. Kubanga the same reason why I want to hire someone to edit my movie, I can edit it better. You have to be better than me.
For you to be hired as an editor.
Exactly, for you to be hired as an editor. Kubanga olina kyosobola okukola nti kisobola. That's how you add value to me. Okitegeera obanga oyagala taking over part ya Michael Wawuyo, you have to be better than him.
Yeah.
You have to add value gy'atasobola ku addinga. Era naye bw'anaakulaba ajja kuddayo practicing afuuke better. Industry bwete be improving.
Okay, so if you could turn back the hand of time and you wanted to give advice to your younger self, the 18-year-old Ali, what would that advice be?
I think I would drop out of school sooner.
Say it again.
I would drop out sooner. I think nandikomye mu form 4.
Tiwandi ono ne budde bonna n'okugenda
eri. Just senior 5 ne senior 6. I might as well just senga nebaka bwebasi. kubanga
Okay, naye
sirabawo
kati olowooza omwana omulala ajja kutegeera lyeye bwerugogamba nti nno
kisinzira oyo omwana bw'abanga agenda kukola ebintu ebiri specifically nga bw'atamanya Napoleon Bonaparte tajja bikola then agenda asome naye kati nze Napoleon Bonaparte anyamba kikati
talina
teri kintu kye nasoma mu egyo emyaka ebiri waliwo bino nga mu form 4 most times from senior 1 senior social skills kuyiga beera n'abantu kuyiga the language kuyiga bintu ng'ebyo problem solving biki kubeera n'abantu biki that one I appreciate up to form 4 there. Ne form 5 form 6 I think I already knew what I needed to know sina kyamaanyi nnyo kye nneeyongerako awo so in other words byamalira budde bwabwere so if I could go back then I would have just started learning kyenkola kati nesono na time yange eyo kati bw'obanga ogenda kukola mulimu nga tugambe ng'ogenda kukamula juice mulimu mulungi lwakuba kale Uganda tunyooma emirimu naye omuntu agenda okukamula juice okoma mwesifo notandika okustudyinga engeri y'okukola mu juice ali ku standard obudde bw'oyonoonye gye emyaka ebiri senga ogenze n'okolamu omulimu oba n'opoota n'osonda ssente zo by the time egyo emyaka ebiri egigwerako oba ogwezeza half ya ssente zigula mashini ya juice.
Okay, kakati we are like closing right now, but I cannot go without mentioning about the girl in a yellow jumper. How has it been selected? I don't know how the process was. I know you can't go through like into that now and like how has the girl in the yellow jumper being on Netflix changed you as a person, affected you like oba imbeera z'obanga gwomuntu oba na industry generally?
I think nganze tekina nnyo effect. Nzanti nze nkugulira. Tekina nnyo effect gyendi kubanga nga we nagambye nti I have a plan of how I'm doing things.
So you knew by this time?
I didn't know precisely, but I want to try to shooting nabo ku set. Basanga nabagamba I would like to try and maybe put this on Netflix. Maybe it was more ate corona we yajira ne tasoa premiering. That's when it became more evident that was the only route. And I've been telling my crew that this movie will either come out on Netflix oba muligisanga mu bibanda kubanga sigenda kugiteeka mu sente endala like to put it out there. You understand? So and the process has taken like maybe 4 months or 6 months. So I've mbadde nga nkimanyi for a long time. So it being public now tekina nnyo kiringanga omukazi azadde oyo mwana taba surprise kuba badde naye emyezi 9 but bana bamula bagamba yafunye omwana naye emyezi 9 obedde omuyina so kunze si surprise nnyo ate siri nnyo akajanja ka Netflix kubanga kati since I've been there I know how it is. I know you can actually do better by establishing distribution methods that wagalo gezaako like ezotunda one in Uganda. You can actually you can benefit a lot more from other things but to be called better singa tubikola better anti that you know genda kubanga kati okukyamukiriza ennyo ku cha Netflix kiringa gamba nti nze boss wange asinga owuwo still kuba toli boss nkitegeera so kati ekyo kyoga nti ono ali ku Pearl Magic ono ali ku Showmax ono ali ku Netflix fena just tuba twewana bwewanyi nti tata wange alina emmotoka negwe yiye eriwa nkitegeera so I think that's what we need to build to that okubanga naffe we can do our own thing and tukifunamu like independently nga si kulilayinga nti oba ku streamer oba ono kubanga the moment we actually do it independently nekikwatayo aba streamers wajja tuwa sente nyingi kubanga tuba tumaze okulaga value eri mu kintu kyaffe nga tukyekoledde ffeka.
Okay, so Ali, this is the very last one.
No problem.
Who do you look up to? Do you have anyone that you look up to?
I look up to a lot of people. Simanyanti specifically.
Just give me two. Generally.
All over. Tunga batono nnyo. I think the main one for me would be Tarantino and James Cameron.
Okay. Guys, we've come to the end of the show. I swear obude tebumaze ate ali busy tasobola kudda wano naye mugumireko ekyo. Look out for ali everywhere ajja kutubuulira ne tujja munoonya tumufune. But guys, thank you so much for watching Movie Manual. It airs every Saturday at 5 on Rest TV. It is always there. We bring you the best. Ono guy are trending right now. Naye si bye byegamba bya Netflix bye mukyamula ye amanyi kyaliko amanyi kyakola ate yakimanya at this time nti ekintu kino kijja kuba kibotosa at this level. So guys, don't sit on your serif. Go out there, practice, do everything you have to do, better yourself, so that by the time Ali is looking around, atukira kugamba, hey, I have seen this person. I think this person.
Not me specifically.
No. Ngamba ngezeseza bugezesa. Ali ontogambe gonna yagala abantu abalina kye balagawo.
Tomeze biwawatira ate.
Aweza okufuna amalala. So guys, thank you so much for watching. It is Rest TV. It is the best timeless entertainment. We are always here for you. Stay tuned and God bless you. I love you. Bye.